Yeah, interesting. Sort of high metal, I think.
So the map generator is not supposed to encourage any amphibious play.
Water around the edges works.
Does it?
There's water around the edges sometimes. We saw the titles in the other game. So what is going on? They've both read
Tiny
Cloaky
pulse.
on this particular map.
Yeah, it's actually a cloaky mirror. What are these genius minds thinking?
They're thinking it's fairly open, but there's ramps in the important areas where we might want to fight, so we don't want to get slowed down by being vehicles.
Yeah, actually, on reflection, I think I would have gone something similar.
And there's not quite the choke
least
points
a
that you'd
bot.
like to hold with, say, with shield bots to just regroup. Choke points. Shield, I think, I don't know. Who knows how to play 0K at all, but I think Shield sort of likes having choke points so that they can retreat and the opponent can't really follow. Whereas a flat map, you just gotta get chased across the map and your shields get depleted. But they have different thoughts. They're not sharing a mind. Godde has decided that this way to the north is good to expand, whereas number one, Randy Fan, has decided the commander actually wants to go the other way, sort of, because it's rotationally symmetric, so they've both gone different ways.
Randy Fan is being defensive with his army.
Yeah, potentially. What's wind like on this sort of mountainous area? So wind on this flat plain near the base is 0.5 to 2.5, but on this mountain, around this sort of
that's good enough.
volcano type formation, we've got one.
Up to
to point.
one.
Yeah.
Just about. Yeah.
So
that's good. That's very good.
Yeah, it's very good sort of thing there. Although Randy Fan has built wind up to that area. We've got Godde's commanders further out, but Randy Fan is immediately going for the double mechs on the side that Godde's pushing, so you might get more out of this. That's a jinky by Randy Fan, but being uphill and retreating helps for Glaives because they've got the range, the ballistic range bonus.
Hang on. Let's check the pathability of Glaives on this map.
It's pretty obvious from the terrain is the aim.
Yeah,
basically, bots can't go on these
everywhere.
sort of caramel hill, cliffy type things, and they get pretty slow on the shiny.
Yeah, I was just wondering about the lotus that Godde placed. It doesn't seem to protect that much.
Well,
on the north.
Forcing, yeah, okay. Glaives can sneak through that hole, but forcing your opponent to sneak through a hole isn't the most terrible thing. This is a fairly undefended base. It's pumping out conjurers. I really want to see them make either pump out.
Base. Such an open base.
Such an open base, but Godde pausing for a bit and giving Randy Fan a bit of time to just.
The window is gone.
The window is gone. The window probably wasn't all that large.
Tiny window. No,
it was a tiny window, but maybe could have got a constructor out of it. Godde's doing a 3 glaive attack, which is just the number you need.
Also working out.
Yeah, perfect 3 glaive attack there.
By the way, Godde has gone for an engineer commander.
Yeah.
So people are actually using it quite a bit.
It's quite interesting. Yeah, I think it's doing pretty well.
Yeah. I'd never used it.
Godde actually going backwards to the engineer commander, deciding to go backwards.
I'm not sure what he's deciding.
Why would Godde retreat? I would have really liked pushing down this hill, putting some turrets there and just cutting off access to these 2 mechs. This seems pretty good. Yeah, in the in-game comments by the spectators, just securing this hill.
He went south to place 1 Lotus, which apparently is being attacked right now.
Yep.
Maybe this worked out well.
He just read this Reaver going here. Yep, there's
Did he know
Godde.
that was gonna happen?
Well,
think
he saw the Reaver come
Foresight
across.
is against the rules.
He's got
Didn't he?
the radar, so he saw the Reaver come across and
Didn't he
intercepted
make
it.
that? Oh,
But
right, he has one in the south. Yeah.
well, the
Okay,
commander's
I
got
guess he
radar,
did.
and the commander was in range. And now,
Well, he wasn't then. Hmm. Interesting.
and now we see Godde finally able to expand along the path that Randifan took.
And you're right, he went for extra plate instead of caretaker.
Yeah.
Unlike Randifan.
But he is building some value slings. Seems good.
I should think there should be some imps on either side.
Yes, a few imps, especially with these ramps. Imps on the left.
There's no imps. It could change the entire game with one good imp.
So yeah, as people point out, it's a lot of glaive, but there's a structure behind it of Ronin and Reavers and definitely turrets and commanders expanding.
Let's see what Randifan's commander is gonna get up to, because he might get hunted down.
Not by Ronin, I don't think.
Well, guess not.
This expansion of Godde at the south is undefended. And I don't think... Okay, so this many glaives can take 2 Reavers. But I think you're pretty happy over Randifan if you force Godde to trade glaives into Reavers like this. I think you'd be pretty happy. I want to see the Reavers a bit closer together because he can efficiently kill them if there's one of them.
Yeah, he's diving them. Yeah, he got him.
He dived, but I think he's pretty happy about that.
Yeah. He would have taken out those Maxes and the Lotus, otherwise.
But Godde
Next
just
two,
finding the
let's see.
time to get the defense up.
Those two are together, that will be very pricey to take out. So it seems he opts...
With a bit more, he didn't have the vision, but I think if he had full vision of what was going on here, it would have been worth pushing into these turrets just to kill that constructor.
I might lose this commander in the north, I think so.
Ooh, okay, that's... Ooh, come on, commit. Why aren't you committing? Oh, okay, it worked out.
He knew he could do it with that amount.
Yeah, okay, and now he's got to survive. But he's got a riot gun there, which... Yeah, this commander's slow, but tanky and can get the riot gun, which is very good in these kinds of matchups. And now with that commander not dying, he's got all the reclaim in this area, which should be quite big. Although, Godde forcing a fight down here for this expansion has also got a fair amount of reclaim. Although many of these glaives are his own. Now we've got some more trades over here. Looks fairly even, but you know, gives a sizable amount of reclaim.
Would like to see some more reclaiming. There are some idle constructors around.
Are there?
Oh, they're actually assisting the factory. Never mind.
Yeah, they're all doing something.
That's rare. I don't see that happen very often.
Just holding this.
So ballsy with his push in the north. I guess he figures something drastic needs to happen.
Yeah, he needs to find this. Well, he's got these Ronin coming in, right? So he can. If he forces out some Reaver, then he's got a bit of a response. And anyway, this commander moved. What's this commander doing? Oh, this commander moved all the way over from here to here. Which...
Yeah, I like these slings that have slowly been harassing.
Yeah, see, value slings. I want to see more of this, just on a
harassment.
On an empty-ish part of the map. If nothing's happening, you should have 2 slings pinging away at just everything your opponent owns.
Yeah, that's working out very well. And well, Godde is living on some reclaim, but the field that was just created in the north, that's gonna go all to Randifan.
This field on the left.
Yeah, well, it might be that he
so
can solidify the defense. Yeah, it's
well, let's just
Godde
say that
can actually...
if Randifan is in the game, then this field is going to him. As in, he has to have this position to be in the game, so he's going to be going for it.
I think it's going to be all about that field now.
Yeah. How big is it grown? There's actually 3 fairly equal fields. Oh, there's some safe fields right on the left, which Randy gets to work on.
Nobody cares about the dead commander area. It's just no man's land, apparently.
But Randy Fan is doing... Can he kill the Constructor? The Constructor's probably the most important thing to kill in there. Because it's the one pooping up turrets. Godde making a Urchin.
Say what?
That'll be a caretaker.
Fascinating. What is the genius mind?
Where did these
now?
Reavers come from? There's some Reavers from Randy Fan coming from Godde's base.
No, yeah, those were up there before. They just went.
And now he's doing the hammer and anvil type thing. Slightly too many glaives though from Godde too.
Yeah, the Reaver doesn't get to help in this engagement.
Well, no, he helped by
He's
pushing
coming.
the Ronin back. That's for sure.
Yeah, but
I quite like what
Reavers are
Randy Fan's
coming.
been doing with Reavers, just sending them around in groups of 1 or 2, just to mess stuff up.
Anti-nuke. Okay, this is psychological warfare. I think is happening.
Maybe it shows him the circle of stuff which is his or something.
Interesting idea.
We've got 2 plates of glaives with Reavers on the top.
Yeah, how come I don't think God has made a single Reaver? He's just...
They've decided Godde's the Ronin player. Randy Fan is the Reaver player.
Yeah, I guess. I'm stone and you're scissors, okay? That's how it's going to be.
Yeah, and the Reavers are winning. Also those value slings, which I think have been picked off by now. Yeah, they were just on attack
Army of
move.
constructors. That's a lot of metal going into his coffers right now.
Yes, and now finally
I
that...
think that's...
And look at this, 4k over this whole area, which if I just... So yeah, 2.5k on the hill, and then
That's...
about 1k
that might
reclaim.
be it. That might be the decisive
That might
nail in the
be...
coffin.
What are
possibly.
we looking... So we're very close on attrition.
Because,
Randy Fan is
got a
pulling
army
ahead
constructor.
on... Oh, there's stuff happening. Randy Fan is pulling ahead on production, on metal produced.
well,
Army
yeah.
size. Randy Fan, yeah, he's got this down here with no answer, and then this is just going to answer this. Although getting into these wins would be very big because he'd have nothing.
I was about to say, Imp is the only thing that might get this around, and
He is an
making
imp,
it.
but the imp has
But
been
he
scouted.
spotted it. Yeah,
You've got
it's been
to
scouted.
do the imp a bit earlier. Yeah.
I think that was his only chance to turn this around.
I wanted to see imps earlier because you can just spatter the land with imps to stop this kind
I don't
of...
know why there weren't any imps until now.
Yeah, well, you know, 0k is hard, of course. Imp is
You keep
good,
saying
but
that.
imp might just be too much, right? Too much
No,
to...
for these men, for these gods among
Yeah,
men.
they're busy glaving the whole map. They're busy glaving the whole map. Can they...
And
Do they have time to
especially
think about
this-
imp?
Oh well. That was it. It was a good
Yeah.
match. That was a good watch.
That was a good match. We've got... And here's the
He's
metal
doing it.
reclaimed.
He's doing the stupid piece of shit game thing.
He's saying the words. Yeah, so that reclaim at the end is where a lot of this discrepancy in metal produced came from, because that was 3,000 just droop up there, which is the difference here. Bit of excess, very little excess actually for when his commander died. And then very even up until the reclaim field, and then... Because, yeah, making a giant reclaim field on the left here seems a bit risky, because to contest the reclaim field, you've got to go up from the lowlands, up onto the very left. But Randy Fan gets to contest the reclaim field much closer to his base, so he's got reinforcements, and across this wide front, which has a nice way of pushing in. And he had the easy way of getting into it by the death over here on the very left. Very few defenses from both players. Never more than 1,000 by anyone. Similar
But
economy.
it's only ever Lotus. It's all about the Lotus.
Yeah, I liked the value slings though. The value slings kept you in. Because look at this. The mechs at the top of the map
actually.
just died to those value slings. And then very even on attrition. Yeah, good. So that is...
It's a shame. It's a shame Godde never reclaimed the area where his commander died, because that was just there the whole time.
Yes, a few, because yeah, those slings were just there with no one doing anything. So this, as in, on the very left is 1,000. 1,000 safe reclaim. If you just send a constructor up there, it pays for itself easily. But yeah, can you spare the factory time to make a constructor when you've got to be ahead on the glaive race?
Surely.
And also, Randy Fan just had more overdrive, just going into a bit more wind, I think, than Godde. Yes, getting some overdrive, and that's the rest of the advantage. So 2,000 advantage from overdrive, 3,000 in the end from reclaim, and the end of the game only got 4,000 total metal produced advantage. So Godde was actually up on base income overall. So yeah, these wins pay for themselves. Yeah. Good wins on that little volcano. I like how it made a volcano with this giant igloo.
Oh, that was right. I haven't thought about that. This is random.
Yeah, this is a random map.
Hmm.
Yep.